Welcome to Subramani. I've been doing a series of videos, or I'm planning to do a series of videos on investor education. So please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and if you need it in other languages, which means English, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, then please comment, because I don't make videos in other languages simply because there is not enough takers, right? So therefore I don't make. But however, this video is not about that. This video is about what are the do's and don'ts while investing, or what you should do to take care, right? What are the mistakes which people make, or things like that. So first mistake is don't start investing without making a financial plan. So first of all, there has to be a financial plan. In that financial plan, you should have your goals, and in your goals you should have your priorities. So if you're a 23-year-old, retirement can't be your priority. It could be the next bike that you want to buy. At 52 or 53, then retirement should be your priority if you have not yet done, or if you have started late, whatever it be, or at least start now. It can't be your priority, can't be a Europe trip or a second house, because that's not perhaps going to help you for your retirement. So make your financial plan first, and then only the investment will fall into the appropriate box. You have to make those boxes and say, okay, this is my priority, this is my priority. My parents' medical insurance payment is a priority. I will not choose to make some other payment before I can afford that, right? So many of these things you have to put in place before you start investing, before you buy the product, because that product may be good, may be great, but it may not be appropriate for you, right? It may have a 5-year lock-in, and you at 65 you may not want a 5-year lock-in. At 30 it may have a 5-year lock-in, and you may not mind. So whether it is appropriate for you, that is the question which is important. So make the financial plan first, right? And then decide to buy the products. See from whom you're buying, see whether the person is registered. I've said this in other videos also, because if he is registered with SEBI or with IRDA, then ask for his license, keep a copy of his license, maybe keep a copy of his card, sit down with him, like properly making notes, right? You sit down with a big book and keep writing and saying, okay, you stay here, this is your wife's name. If your wife is the agent, I want to see her. I will not deal with you, I will deal only with the agent. The agent has to have undergone training. Is she the person? Because tomorrow if you were to complain, you have to complain against the agent, not the person carrying the papers, the person who actually spoke to you. And if his wife is the agent and she can't speak about the product, it's a very big red signal for you. Just stay away, because tomorrow if something goes wrong, she will say, I don't know, I've not met him, I've not met this person, and he will say, I didn't do this, he just came and took it from me. He did not ask me any of these questions. So be careful. Is the person registered? Is the person showing you the license? If he is representing his wife, then her license. If she is representing her husband, then his license, right? The correct person's license, that person has to be there when you're buying. See whether the product that you're buying is registered, right? Is it a licensed product? Are you buying a cryptocurrency? There is no regulator for it. Are you putting money in an unregulated chit fund? Then God save you, because when you go to RBI, RBL is not registered, so we don't even know that he exists, right? So be careful about that. So don't check out the professional first, then check out the investment. Make sure that the investment comes from a good registered house. Could be a mutual fund, could be insurance, could be a bank deposit, whatever it is. Nobody comes and sells bank deposits. So largely insurance or mutual funds or PMS or AIF, right? See whether the product is registered. Whether it is appropriate for you is the next question. Do some research into the product. If you have time, do some research, or at least know whom to call, whom to ask, right? So I have friends who invest in private equity. So when somebody goes with a big research report saying about, or even about the investing in a direct company, is suppose somebody goes and says, okay, this is so and so equity fund, this so and so real estate fund, and all that. Knowing one or two important people to call is very useful. So your research need not be only Google research. You might be able to pick up the phone. In real estate, I have 2-3 friends whom I can just pick up the phone and ask, is this a good builder? Is this a guy worth dealing? So then I tell my friends and clients accordingly, saying, boss, don't deal with him, because and these guys have worked in HDFC for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. So these are people who know the building industry, construction industry, they know the builders, they know them. I have no clue how it works. So ask the agent what are his limitations. For example, if I'm your financial advisor, I don't know cryptocurrencies, I don't understand how real estate market works, I don't understand how the renting market works, right? So I'm incompetent to talk about those things. I think I'm a little competent to talk about mutual funds, insurance, life insurance, not even general insurance, and about direct equity investing. I know something, right? 20, 30, 40 years spent in the field. I know, but I don't know anything about real estate. I don't know how it works. So at least ask the agent what are his limitations, right? So that's very important. So do some research on the product or things like that, and may or may not be appropriate for you, but at least do some research, show that you have done some research, keep writing down notes and things like that. Also, don't buy without understanding the fees. I found one product where the shifting fees between one fund to another is about 3%. 3%? Are you joking? In a debt fund, will you ever be able to recover that at least over 2 years? I don't know, but the kind of fees that can hurt you, especially in life insurance where the charges are more opaque. In mutual fund, you understand, you have to ask for the AMC charges. Yes, it could be high, it could be low, that's different, but that's a number which can be given to you. Other than that, there are no other hidden charges. I mean, I'm not talking about brokerage, etc., which anyway the AMC pays, right? That costs you because if there's a high turnover ratio, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking of those costs, but there are no hidden costs in a mutual fund the way it is there in a life insurance product. So in a life insurance product, the AMC charges may not hit you if your premium is high, but the absolute AMC charges can dramatically hit you if the premium is low. If you're paying a 10,000 rupee premium per annum in life insurance, charges are you're paying very high maintenance fees. So it could be very inappropriate. But if you're paying 1.5 lakhs per month, then the product would be very attractive because the charges shrink because they are absolute charges. Understand all this before you make your investment. There is no great hurry. No investment is running away. If you have money, new investment avenues will find their way to you. That's not really a problem. How to protect your investments? Where can you turn? I mean, if it's a mutual fund, you can go to SEBI. If it's insurance, you can go to IRDA. At least know where you can turn to. Where can you complain? You can against the salesman. Can you complain to the company? Does the company have an ombudsman? Will you be able to reach the managing director? I would think it's a very good idea to go to their office at least once to find out whether he's genuinely part of that or whether she is genuinely part of that. There are people who carry a card saying I represent so and so company, but when you go to the company you find that the card was fake, right? So going there once, it's a very sensible thing to do. So try doing that. If you can't, that's a different thing, but try doing that. Look at some of the red flags. It'll say abhi le lo, ye bahut jaldi hai, khatam ho jayega, aapko kya zarurat hai, why do you need to come to my office is far away, right? All these are red flags. So please understand, after an event happens, it's easy for me to say this was a red flag, but I'm telling you, somebody who says don't come to my office is a red flag. So you say, no, I'm anyway coming there, so I want to come tomorrow. Postpone once, twice, ask some other friend to visit, find out if you can't go. Or don't deal with somebody who is so far away, because after the sale deal is done, he may not come to you. So find out where he stays, why he's coming all the way, how did he find you. Find out all these questions, just a matter of precaution. Do some research into him. Today Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, everything is available to you. So do some research on that person. Who is he? If it's a woman, it's what's her age? Age may not matter. Married, settled here. How long they've been living in your city? If they've come to Calcutta 1 year back and they're trying to establish themselves, do you want to deal with them? Do you want somebody with more stability? Find out all these things, do some and then one googly is my brother works in SEBI in Bombay, I will ask him and then invest. Or I will ask my brother-in-law, or you just throw a name and say, so and my cousin works in JP Morgan in Singapore, something like that, and only after he or she clears this product will I buy this. So these are all things which you must do. It's not necessary whether you understand all this stuff before you start, but by the time you finish the conversation with that person, you should have known all these things. Wherever you feel there is a red flag, just pause. May not be appropriate. Don't worry. If you have money, newer avenues will come to you. The opportunities are not running away. Thank you. If you want this video in other languages, please comment. I don't make videos in other languages simply because there's not enough demand. Thank you.